Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamecast, episode 554. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Guest, joined by Corey Feinsod.
Ahoy.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hey.
Welcome, listeners and viewers, to the Gamecast. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and the like button. I always forget to say that in the beginning. People always say it on YouTube. People always say it in the YouTube videos I'm watching, and I'm like, I always got to remember to do this on our videos, and I never do. So yeah, we do appreciate the subscriptions, guys. Please subscribe because that helps. Every little bit helps with that. So, all right. We've got no Mike today. He's on vacation, and just a heads up, I will not be here next week. I will be on vacation as well, but Mike will be back, hopefully. Filling in. First things first, though, let's get into what I've been up to, and I can talk about Scarlet Nexus.
All right.
Scarlet Nexus. So I picked that up. I'm about 4 hours in. I watched a lot of stuff last week. If you listen to the movie cast, you'll hear a lot of what I watched. I didn't even cover all of it because I watched some shows too, but did play some Scarlet Nexus. It's fun, but a bit generic. Like, it's just a bit repetitive, I guess. It's an action RPG. Where there's a depth to it when you face bosses, but the monsters don't seem to have the depth required really in the fights. So like the boss battles are kind of cool, and the chaining combos together that's really where you have to chain combos together. So the game is based on like psychic powers mixed with actual melee combat. So you basically will attack, and then if you time the button presses correctly, you time the attack, and then you can time it with like a psychic attack as well, which can then chain into another physical attack, and then chain into an air juggle, and it's kind of a cool system with that. But once you find your niche for it, like your combo, it kind of that's my bread and butter combo, and I've been able to use that a lot. It's only 4 hours in, so it's probably going to change on me, but. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy I picked it up. It definitely is. There's nothing wrong with the game whatsoever. It looks very nice. It runs very fluid. It's very anime style, which is really good. It reminds me of a Tales game, very much like a Tales game. So I was kind of itching to play a game like this, I guess.
What's it about?
So it's about these guardians, like a group of guardians, like these basically like the police of the town that are specially trained to fight an invasion of monsters that are popping up more and more recently. So there's a mystery involved, obviously, with that, which I'm sure we're going to get into. But in the beginning, your character is saved by a girl who, strangely enough, looks like a girl in your party now, but it's not her. So it's like, it looks like maybe there's some time travel elements kind of stuff into it. I don't know. We'll see about that. But
is it present day or is it
no, it's future based. That was all future. Yeah. It's like, it's definitely like its own world, but it's kind of futuristic, but there's swords, so it's definitely cool. Like there's some cool, like it's definitely got some great anime style to it, which I like. A lot of the characters are definitely like a lot of I'm trying to think of what anime. The art looks a lot like sword art, actually. So that style. I'm actually enjoying it. It could be, like I said, the regular fights could be a little more challenging. It's definitely a rail-based thing. It's not really opened, which is fine for me because I feel like that's more contained. I don't know how long it is. I don't think I feel like this should not be over 30 hours, this game. If it is, I'm going to be actually, holy shit, that's too much. You know what I mean? Like that, I'm happy with the game, but I don't want it to be that long, this kind of game. So we'll see. And that's pretty much it for what I've been playing. The cool part is, though, when I get back, I won't have played that yet. I'm taking my Switch with me to. Oh no, I will. I'm taking my Switch with me on my trip. So I'm actually going to be switching from Scarlet Nexus to the Trials of Mana. That's the one that's on the Switch, right?
Trials of Mana.
So yeah, I'll be playing that actually this whole week coming up on my trip. Because the trip is very relaxing. It's not like we're doing too much. We're just kind of sitting on a porch of a building and hanging out and stuff like that. So I usually get a lot of Switch gaming in. So I'm actually excited to talk about that game next week. So look for that. But that's it for me. Tony?
Mostly just Dead by Daylight. Got really addicted to that game. Which is weird because like now I've played it for a bit now. And it's really frustrating, actually. It can be super frustrating on either end because, like, as a survivor, there are some killers where it just feels it's
There's no chance.
insurmountable. Yeah, absolutely. It's just like, and like a match can go so wrong very quickly that it's just like there's no point. Like just give up. It's like, but conversely, same thing as playing as a killer. Sometimes like you just are not where you should be as the killer, and like the survivors just like fix the generators, just like, cool, I haven't even like downed one person and they got 3 of them done and they only need 2 left and stuff like that. But there's been some funny ones because there's no communication by default in this game. So survivors can't talk to each other. There's no in-game voice chat. There's no type chat or anything like that, so you can't communicate. But there has been some interesting things where like the community just comes up with these things. Or like sometimes apparently you can offer your tribute to your killer, like to see if they'll let you go. And by doing that is like you drop your item in front of them, because by dropping your item you lose it then like in the match, and it gets removed from your in-game inventory for future matches. So like some people, like if you offer tribute to your killer, they'll be like, all right, whatever, go ahead, like you can escape, or I'll look the other way or whatever like that. But there have been also
just like a fan, like a thing that's come up with the fans, or is it like in-game type of like...
no, it's just a community thing. Like it's just
okay.
It's like just, I don't know how it became. It just is a thing. But conversely, I've been in some matches where like the killers, I guess, just want to de-rank themselves. So like they'll just stand in the middle of the map and they'll just wait for like people to like clear it and stuff like that. I had one guy as Freddy because I was the last person alive, and I guess because I survived for a while, he like downed me, but he just carried me. Like he was carrying me around the entire map. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he found the escape hatch and just dropped me on it, and like I just went out, and I was like, all right, dude, like thanks for the save, I guess. Like I don't know what to say and stuff. But yeah, it's a fun game. I'm really excited to see like where they go with future killers and crossover events and stuff like that, because it's just cool, because like it's like, oh shit, it's like Pyramid Head or like Nemesis or the Demigorgon or whatever and stuff like that. So it's just a fun, solid game. We'll see where they go next. I'd really love to see an Alien or Predator crossover, because like that would just, I think, be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
nice.
That's pretty much it for me.
All right. That's cool. Corey?
Not playing too much video games currently. Been pretty much on a video game break these days. But I am looking forward to Tribes of Midgard next week. So I'll be playing that.
Okay.
What is it?
Tribes of Midgard. It's a survivor style game, I guess.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, build up your clan, farm resources and stuff. Protect your village. It looks cool. So
yeah, it's cool. All right, let's see what we've got in news. I had it open. There it goes. Oh, NPD. Let's start with NPD. That came out last week. It actually came out on the 16th, so it's not been a week yet, so it's pretty fresh. So it had interesting numbers. Let's see. Switch was the #1 selling console in hardware units. Obviously, it's the most. I don't even know if it's the most available. Nothing's really available. It's like whatever stock you can get out there is what sells nowadays. So
it's crazy. As I was at Walmart, I saw someone buying an Xbox One Series or Xbox Series X.
Series X?
Oh, Series
X. Really? Yeah, and that was the only one though that they had. But because I checked, I was like, "Wait, do you guys have these?" And they're like, "No, this is the only one." So I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy! They're in the wild. Like, what is this?"
Yeah. No, it's so tough to find them, and you're like, it's shocking when you see like even like a PlayStation 5 out there, which is like a unicorn. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, but yeah, we can't even keep them. But anyway, so Switch was the #1 selling console hardware units wise. The Xbox Series X was the most for dollars wise for the month, because again, like Corey just said, we've started to see them in the wild a little bit. I got mine last month, so there was a little more released for Xbox that month. So, I don't know. So, what else do we have here? We had good consumer spending up 112% compared to the same period in 2020. It's up to $401 million. $1 million in new consoles. Holy cow. So that was just hardware-wise. And then what was software-wise? Year-to-date hardware consumer spending has increased 45% compared to 2020's first half to $2.3 billion in the first half of the year. That's unbelievable. And let's see, best June ever for the Xbox brand in terms of console sales. I find that weird because wasn't the Xbox One selling like hotcakes when it first came out? And there were so many more available. Granted, I thought there was. I don't know, but sorry, I'm getting a text here. Sorry, everybody. I'm getting a text from my bug guy. House issues. As this is going on, I apologize. Real life stuff here going on. He wants the schedule to come out and spray, but I have to take care of that in a second. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe there wasn't that many. I just thought there was sell-through in the consoles like millions of units. It's only like, was it $300 or $399 when it came out? The Xbox One.
Xbox One?
Well, the Xbox One, yeah, because that sold very well. That was $400. That was $500. Didn't it sell really well when it first came out?
Well, they always sell out like the first ones, but yeah, I mean, I was gonna say like Xbox One was $500.
That's what I'm saying. Like, didn't they have more available than this system? How is this their best-selling month of June?
I don't know.
I'm just shocked. June dollar sales of Xbox consoles set a new record again. The previous high was set in June 2011. That was before the Xbox One.
That was before the one.
Yeah, that was the 360. So as a whole, the Switch is still dominant. Switch was the best-selling hardware platform during 2021's first half, both in dollar and unit sales. The supply-constrained PS5 set its own record, which is it remains the fastest unit-selling console hardware platform in U.S. history for lifetime sales through 8 months on the market, excluding portables. So they're making systems. They really are selling that well. Like they're making systems. We just don't even see them because they're getting snatched up. Is it scalpers or is it actually selling that well?
Probably both. Let me see. Scalpers. How much does the PlayStation 5 go for these days? Doing it live. Yeah, you can still get bare minimum $775 for a digital version.
Oof.
So yeah, still think it's a lot of scalpers. Yeah.
Get those bundles.
Yep. Disc version $864.
Yeah.
So these are all sold prices. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are people buying these for?
I don't know because like that's the thing. Like
it's just
there are people that are upset that you can't buy these systems. I'm like, what is the big deal? Like I was in GameStop. I was in GameStop buying Scarlet Nexus, and I had a conversation with a guy because I was, talking about my previous days. They were doing inventory, so I was talking about my experiences with inventory with EB Games. So he got to talk to me about how they had to close the store because they had people that were in line to get systems and started getting rowdy because they didn't have any to sell, and so their district manager told them to just close the store. Yeah, that was the answer. So like, what? But like seriously, I even said to him like, why are people reacting this way? Because what is out that you are dying to play that much where you're going to get rowdy in line to buy this fucking system? There's nothing on it that you can't play anywhere else. I mean, was it Returnal? That's
Ratchet
it.
And Clank.
Ratchet and
Clank. You really want to play Ratchet and Clank that badly? You're gonna fucking like rip down a store wall? Are you serious?
No, it's because of the resellability, man. You could make an easy $200 to $300 just reselling this thing.
Yeah, you could easily. Yes, you're right. Mm-hmm. So, and what happened with that Switch Pro OLED thing with Walmart?
I have no idea. Yep,
they dropped it $50. Is Nintendo dropping the price of this thing? That we didn't know? Is this stealth drop?
I don't think so. I don't think so
either.
Did Walmart get special pricing like they've been doing for their games?
I think it was an error where they accidentally took the list pricing of a regular Switch for the Switch OLED. I don't know. It was weird. I was like, wait, what? What the fuck is going on? Because it was for everybody, apparently.
Yeah, I gotta find. Why are you doing? I want to find. I don't have the software side of things for this.
I got it.
Do you have? Okay, good.
Yeah. So number 1 was Ratchet and Clank. Number 2.
I guess there are a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Number 3, Mario Golf Super Rush. Number 4, MLB The Show. Number 5, Scarlet Nexus. Number 6, Resident Evil Village. Number 7, Mario Kart 8. Number 8, Minecraft. Number 9, Spider-Man Miles Morales. And number 10, Mortal Kombat 11. Still filling out the bottom half of the top 20 is Animal Crossing, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Super Mario 3D World, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and somehow Sea of Thieves at number 20.
Which Call of Duty has
Pirate.
Warzone in it? It's like Warzone is really popular still. From what
I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah. Wow. So, it's I guess the Pirates expansion for Sea of Thieves, the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Johnny Depp.
Yep, Johnny Depp did it.
Well, Jack Sparrow. I don't know if Johnny Depp is actually in it.
We don't know. So, all right. Moving on. Netflix gaming subscription. We talked about this on the movie cast. Netflix has a gaming subscription. I think we mentioned it last week. More details came out, and
We definitely,
it looks like
it's been rumored, especially since they had that one Black Mirror thing they were kind of testing out, like
Black Mirror.
Choose Your Own Adventure.
They had released games. Stranger Things had one as well. A game that was not very good, but so they're going to include their gaming expansion in their subscriptions. Not sure what level yet. But it will be focused mostly on mobile gaming, for those wondering. So it'll be mobile gaming aspects at first. Not really looking to go into the whole big genre, gaming areas of the consoles, PCs.
Start small, get your feet wet, figure out how it works and what does and doesn't, and then you can jump in and see if you can take on the big boys.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. So we'll see what happens on that. But
yeah, it'll be something to keep an eye on. There's a joke about Jeff Bezos going in space today, and it's like he was able to launch a rocket and go in space before he was able to launch a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that joke. So, we'll see. I had to put on the Ubisoft news. I had to put this on their call, their investor call. They did mention Beyond Good and Evil 2. It was mentioned on the call. Wow. It is still a ways out, but they did say they were still working on the game. It still exists.
What was it, 4 years now? Like these
still too early.
Games?
Yeah, still too early to say anything more about it. Does that mean maybe next year we might see something for it? It's going to be so close. I really do think, Tony, you win. I think you win. I think Metroid Prime 4 comes out. I will admit this now. But
does it?
But I think it's comical about how we're still talking about this long. Seriously, I think it's just comical. So I had to get some crazy happenstance where Nintendo hated whatever Metro Prime was put in front of them to get my win or to have a chance.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah. Either way, it's unfortunate for both of us. It's like, okay. Like, did not think we were making a 4-year long-term bet on this one.
Yeah. Oh wow, I did not know that either. I mean, honestly, actually, I figured it would be out. I think I figured it would be out this year or last year. Is where I was thinking. Obviously, that was pre-pandemic, but video game development, those kind of games, 3 years, 4 years. But we're not even close. Either game. I'm guessing Prime will be out 2 more years because they're doing a Metroid game this year. So I think I have 2 more years to make this up. It's possible. I don't think they launch a Metroid Prime 4 in 2022. I just don't see them following up Metroid with a Metroid Prime game the year after. I just don't see it. Yeah. I do think by 2023, they will have a Metroid Prime 4. I'm sure of that. I don't know where I'm.
Are you though, Jim? I'm not even sure that Prime 4 is a thing.
I do think that's going to come out. I think that's why I think he's going to win, because I think that does come out by the end of 2023. I think Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
They just make a new Metroid series.
No, they even said that in the last E3. They said right before they revealed Metroid Dread. Nintendo has learned to not fuck around with some of these announcements. They're like, just to let you know, we're still progressing on Metroid Prime 4. We just can't show you yet.
Oh.
But here's something else to keep you over. Like they literally said that. They literally said it because if they had not done that, people would have been like.
They also literally said Metroid Prime 4 was coming like 4 years ago.
Yeah, but they were honest and said, "Hey, it's restarting development." Like, I don't.
No, that's
you
fair. I don't know. It's funny. Like, it is. I just think it is pretty funny that you guys picked these two games, and one I was absolutely sure, like, oh yeah, Nintendo, Metroid, yeah, it's coming a couple of years, whatever, and yeah, nope.
Yeah. So, all right.
Like, they would receive so much backlash. Like, Microsoft received so much flack when they canceled
Scalebound.
Yeah, Scalebound. Like, that is just minuscule compared to the outcry and outrage if they're like, yeah, we're just not doing Metroid Prime 4 anymore. Like, that would be the worst move Nintendo could make, in my opinion.
Well, they don't have to say we're not doing it anymore. Just keep dragging it along. We'll see.
Yeah. Some people they just get pissed off.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, like, I'm actually surprised because following Nintendo's Twitter, they talk about Metroid so often right now. I'm like, you guys never talk about Metroid, like, ever. And it's like, I know you got the new game coming out, but this is so weird to see, like, a big marketing push for this, because honestly, it's not something that has happened in a long time. I mean, Samus Returns released on the 3DS after the Switch launched, and that was getting all the attention. So I was like, I only played it because I'm a hardcore Metroid fan. And before that, it was fucking Metroid Other M on the Wii.
It's right. I mean, I'm
Metroid
like
Federation Force, if you want to count.
Oh God.
That. Yeah,
I think that's the game. Like, for me, I started losing interest more in Metroid, because when you panned that game, I was like, he's a huge Metroid fan, and you would always give it the benefit of the doubt. But fuck that game. I think it was exactly your line.
There's some fun parts. I'm just like, why? Like, why?
I am so psyched for October for that game, though. I mean, I really am.
It's my easily most anticipated for the year.
I'm so psyched. It's already ordered for me, thanks to Target's pricing glitch, which was not fixed. It was not fixed.
Was it
buy two, get one? It was. I don't think it was. It worked. Buy two, get one free. Remember, we did all the Nintendo games. So, yeah, I have that pre-ordered already. I'm psyched for it. I really am. All right. Let's see. What else? We have the Switch Deck. Switch Deck.
Steam Deck.
Unbelievable how that just happened. I promise you guys that was not planned. The Steam Deck was announced last week after our podcast, so I thought we'd mention it on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $400
for the minimum, for the low end.
For the low end, that's what kind of storage
for the? I think it's $650 for the high end, or six. So it's over $600 for the high end.
Got a handheld gaming PC from Steam. Obviously in a different category than the Switch. It's not going to take away Switch.
Different category? Is it?
Yeah. One is. Can you dock this? Okay. I mean.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. I don't know then.
They're going to sell a dock for it.
I guess it's not. I guess it is in the same category as the Switch. So what does this mean for? I guess what do we think about it first of all?
Well, I think this is really cool personally. Just who knows if it's gonna be cool in the end.
If it actually,
it's a cool idea.
Conceptually, I like it. Yeah. I mean,
I like it.
That's what the Switch has done.
Yeah, it's a more powerful Switch that plays PC games, which there's no drought for at all. I mean, you have thousands.
Who doesn't have thousands of games in their Steam library, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So conceptually, I think it's cool.
Expandable memory. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, competition is good because, again, I really feel like we should have had the Switch Pro this year, but due to the circuit shortage, they're like, OLED and release it. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
I feel like I don't know if we get this if the Switch Pro was announced. Like it's like perfect timing for them. Like everybody's so excited for Switch Pro, and then, hey guys, you didn't get a Switch Pro, but guess what? You could get this gaming PC that's basically a Switch Pro, because you can play all your indie games on there and AAA titles. Yeah, it's $649 for the high end.
Yeah, for the 512, 250, and you can't expand that storage you can expand it, but you can't upgrade the storage. So you can buy memory slot cards. But yeah, 720p screen. The battery will last anywhere from 2 to 8 hours. So we're in the whole.
that just scares me. I'm like, wait, that's a big range. Like usually you get like, I mean, even with Apple, I think it's like what 12 to 16 or something like that, like a 4 hour.
I gotta imagine if it's like you're running one of those, AAA titles.
Well,
like
you're
what if you're
done
running
half
like
an hour.
Horizon or like Control or something like that? It's
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Control would be
1 hour.
like an hour.
Yeah.
We have not helped. Our battery technology has sucked.
I've said this for years. Battery technology has not.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. You have said this on this podcast. I remember you literally saying exactly what I said. I will give you 100% credit on that one, Tony. You've said it for years. It has not kept up. And now we have the Switch that lasts like 3.5 hours. And we have this thing, which says it will run Portal 2 at 60 frames per second for 4 hours, or playing at 30 frames for 5 or 6.
Game too.
Yeah, exactly.
Least, whatever.
So if you run anything decent, you're going to get, it's 2 to 3 hour battery life is my guess on this system.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's 2 to 3 hours. I mean, what's the point of playing on the go? What really? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I think there's still an appeal. Like Corey, like I know, with your kids, it's easier for you to play like something on the Switch because you let them have TV and
right.
Do that.
I know. Like the handheld stuff for the Switch was great. Like I could do that, and with that, you're not. I'm not on the go essentially. Like I could just have it charging as well as playing or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's there's definitely people out there that this would be really ideal for.
There's a market for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them. Like I actually, because for me, I'd rather get this than the Switch Pro. Like just because I have a Switch obviously already.
Right.
I don't necessarily care for the upgrade. Where this one, like you can play your Steam library, and some of the games that I'm more excited for right now are Steam games or PC games. Yeah. So they're not on the Switch yet. Who knows? They could be, but yeah, I think it's really interesting, and I'm very curious about the control and the feel of it because you mentioned, it's like such a weird setup. Like the D-pad just seems way out in the corner. Like
it's like up here.
Do you even use that? Like, and it does have those capacitive or the touch pad, whatever they call them.
Yeah.
Things there where it looks a little more natural. I'm like looking at a picture of it right now, and then the screen is a touch screen too, so there is a lot of input options. And then it's got 4 buttons on the back, the little triggers. So it's got those, and then it's got the 2 LNRs. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how it feels.
Oh, it'd be I assume xCloud will be appearing on this thing as well. Phil Spencer really liked and congratulated Steam on this release. So you'll be playing Xbox games on it if you want. So interesting.
Yeah, my biggest thing is just how it feels. Like it's something I would say I'm like casually interested in, like down the road, not like a first day one purchase. Because
I'd like to see what it turns out to be. Yeah, if it turns out to be something decent, I would be into it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm interested in feeling it and trying out. Like the control, like is it the B button? Yeah. The B button looks like it's coming off and like dripping down the
same
side.
With the D-pad,
like,
D-pad and the B button seem like they're on the side of the thing.
Yeah. I was like, what? Like that can't be comfortable, right? Like it just, I don't know. It's weird to me. So it's something I definitely want to.
But the thing is, like, if you ever use, I don't know. I was gonna say like with the Elite controller, like I don't use the face buttons as much because you're using the paddles. I'm wondering if you're using that more often. But at the same time, you're still going to use those buttons here and there. Yeah, I'm very curious to see, because if you have small hands, this thing does not look small hand friendly at all.
No, and it's
that's the scary part.
It looks
like it weighs 20 pounds.
Yeah, it's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot when you're holding it constantly.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
The other thing is, what's weird is what they did. So they opened up reservations for this system.
Yes. Yeah.
And so they opened them up, and you could purchase with $5 essentially it's like a ticket for the opportunity to buy it later on, but it doesn't guarantee you it. And then your $5 would be converted into Steam money if you didn't get one. It seemed very weird. Like you're not actually, so the reservations are ongoing, I suppose, right now, but it says it starts shipping in December this year. I don't believe it. I don't know. It just seems, I don't know.
I bet you they ship it. Skeptical. They just, if 5 people get it, they're going to ship it.
Yeah. Check mark. We shipped it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I don't know
So
how they're
yeah,
going to ship a
that's
lot of them
interesting.
for the chip shortage, but that's I'm
That's
releasing new
that's the
hardware in this
thing.
year. It just makes no sense. I
It's
know.
like it's the chip shortage is affecting everything, and now we're just coming out with more and more stuff. Oh, but yeah, I'm very very interested in it. Like I was thinking of, oh, should I get another machine or something like a console or whatever? But I'd get this before I got a PS5 or an Xbox for sure.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
If I'm gonna spend like $500 on something, it's not gonna be one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my credit right now at GameStop, so $200, and
The other question I have too is the OS. Like, who knows how that runs or what that looks
Yeah.
like and what you're capable of doing with it. So we'll
it's gonna be
see.
interesting. All right, and I
Hopefully, we'll
think
learn more. I did reserve
we'll learn more as we
one.
go.
Oh, I already got a
Okay.
ticket. I got a $5.
He's got a ticket. Okay.
So
All right, then. That's going to wrap up this episode of the Gamecast. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us allyoucangeek@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook if you're watching this on YouTube. Again, please hit that subscribe and that like button. It helps us out. Please leave a comment as well. We'll love to read the comments. Read them on the air. I will absolutely read a funny comment on air. Just not too profanity. Too much profanity. So, all right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you guys next week. Mike and you guys will. I won't. I'm out. See you guys in 2 weeks. Myself. See you guys.